So since I just did a story on Toys R Us kind of trying to make a comeback, now I don't know if they're actually going to be successful, because right now all Toys R Us and Babies R Us is just a name. They liquidated the inventory and they sold off all the, the merchandise and the buildings and the leases and all that, so there's really not much left to them. But they're still trying to come back, even though they took the ultimate loss and they went out of business and everything crashed and burned. They're not giving up. The investors and the companies that own them, regardless of what happened in the past, they're still trying to give something that was a brand and a iconic name a future. They're trying to give it something, a chance. They're trying to allow it to come back. And something I want to tell you guys is never ever give up on your business. There are times I see a lot of you guys come into my Facebook group, the big group, and say, I had a return for $30 or $40, I lost the case and I had to give the customer a refund without necessarily getting the items back, and I quit eBay, or I quit Amazon, or what have you. And so I think that's really bad, a really, really bad habit to get into. Whenever something doesn't go your way, or it goes wrong, or you lose money, or the platform doesn't work out the way you want it to, or an item gets broke in shipping, you just give up and you quit. And I think that is like entirely the opposite of what you should do. You should use those mistakes, those problems, those accidents, those wrongs, make them right, and use them as a learning experience to get even better on that platform or at that part of business that you're working at. Because the only way you're ever gonna keep moving on is if you learn from the mistakes, fix them, and never make them again. Remember, nobody in business is perfect. Everyone takes losses, everyone loses money, everyone makes mistakes, accidents happen, things get broken, packages get lost, customers get angry. Sometimes there's customers that you just can't make happy no matter what you do, and that's just part of the business, I seen people that in December, they said that they had like $100 loss on eBay, and they're done with eBay, they lost money, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm like, how much money did you make this year on eBay? Well, I did $15,000 in profit. So you made $15,000 in profit. You lost $100 on a deal, leaving you a net of $14,900 that you're willing to give up over a $100 loss. I mean, if you were losing $100 every week, then yeah, I could see it. But if you made $14,000 and you lost $100, seems to me that it was worth your time and effort. Now, if you only made $100 and then you lost 50 of it, that might not be worth it. But if you're working and selling and your business is doing what it needs to do, and all of a sudden one little bump in the road happens, don't quit, don't give up because of it. Work harder, fix it, and keep going, guys. Do you know how many times a day I have to put fires out, how many things I have to fix? I'll give you guys a little personal information here. We filed Kate's taxes. We're not married, so we file separately, of course. And she had 2 health insurances this year. I may have mentioned this in a video, but I had to file 2 sets of paperwork for her health insurance credits for this year. She had marketplace insurance for the first half of the year, and I put her on my private insurance the second half of the year because it was cheaper and it was better coverage privately. But because I had to file for 2 of them, I only filed for 1, so I messed up her taxes. And it was a very minor mix-up, and I had to amend them. And when I amended them, the IRS didn't process the amended, and so they sent us a bill and all this stuff. And eventually it worked itself out, and we've got it all taken care of. But man, if I had just given up and sent the IRS the money for the bill rather than calling them and saying, hey, this isn't right, I filed an amended, you guys need to process it, I would have been giving them hundreds of dollars that I didn't need to give them simply because I just caved in and was done with it. And I quit. I mean, the IRS is if you ever have an issue with the IRS, they're very, very difficult to call, to get on the phone. You have to mail them stuff. They don't exactly have a customer service phone number to Washington, D.C. Never forget that. Don't mess up taxes if you can help it. I've never messed up taxes. But anyways, the moral of the story is don't just give up, quit, and pay for things or lose things or do away with things simply because you don't want to put the work in or the effort or the time, or because you get discouraged by something negative that happens. Speed bumps happen, bumps in the road happen all the time. I'll give you my biggest example. Mark Zuckerberg, when he started Facebook, was sued by 2 guys, twins, the Winklevoss twins, that said he stole their idea, and he ended up paying them tens of millions of dollars. I don't remember the number, it's like $80 million or something. If you ever watch the Social Network movie, at the end of the movie, his lawyer looks at him and says, pay them, settle with them, pay them. In the grand scheme of things, it's a speeding ticket. And so when you lose $20 or $30 or $100 on eBay and you made 15 grand, take it. It's a speeding ticket. Move on and continue working, making money, and don't give up on one thing just because one little problem comes up. Trust me, problems happen to me every day more than you can even imagine. Lesson for the day, guys, never give up, never quit, don't let one little thing discourage you, and keep making money. That's what we're here to do, right? Anyways, those of you that'll be in Dallas next week, I'll see you guys in Dallas. I'll be there the 11th through the 14th. If you're local to the Dallas area, you're close enough to drive in, come say hi, come have a beer with me, come see me, even if you don't go to Posh Fest. October 11th through the 14th, 2018, I am staying in downtown Dallas, north downtown Dallas. The Gillies Event Center is the location during the day, and we will be out at the bars and restaurants, possibly. I don't know what we're doing. We're getting dinner, but if you're in the area, message me on Facebook and come see me. Other than that, have a wonderful night, guys. Make sure you are in the Facebook group. If you aren't, make sure you like this video. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. When we get to 100,000, we're doing a big giveaway. Hopefully it'll be you guys. See you next time.